Hello, Ron. Welcome back to a new episode of It's a Progressive World. As always, I'm joined by Sam, and you can find timestamps down below. And please like and subscribe. All right, Sam, do you want to do the tease?
Sure, yeah. So first, we're gonna focus a bit on US politics, talk about the recent travels of Mr. Joe Biden. He visited the papal estate of Ireland, and they had a lot of fun together, ignoring British English and British, I mean British interest, but whatever. Trump had a fantastic interview, which did we talk about it briefly
Nope.
last
Nope.
time?
No,
No.
no, no.
So yeah, it's just gonna be amazing just going through that. He was amazing as always. It was one of his best performances, I would say, implicating his nation in one of the greatest crimes, like international crimes you can commit. So that was fun. Then I believe we talked briefly about the leaks, the arrest of I forget his name, Jake, I believe, Jack Teixeira. Then we're going to talk about recent developments. I think this is after. I think first we're going to cover geopolitics, but at the end we will be talking about Bob Lee murder, which involves a fellow Iranian. We are in every international event. We are always involved. Anyway, and then we're going to talk about geopolitics, some really crazy stuff that happened in India which was pretty cool. It's not really geopolitical. It was just really just wow. I could talk about that. Japanese Japanese people again proving themselves to be just amazingly good at assassinating their leaders for some like very effective. Good, I don't know if that's the right word. And Sudan, since a night ago, has just basically gone through like the crisis has come to a head, it seems, and the country seems to be potentially going into a civil war or not. We'll see. It's very recent, so don't know much. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. And Murdoch. We're gonna briefly talk about Murdoch. And
That's
yeah,
exciting. That's exciting. Always
that's
like
very exciting.
talking about Murdoch.
Fan.
Nice job there with the tease. You had to, adapt to changing conditions. You weren't through a couple of
I,
curveballs there, but you did well.
you also, I like to thank you. Also adapted to the change. Saw how you went to Japan. No, back to Sudan. We are back to Sudan now. Change, very good. I feel like
Not
yes.
that I think we have like the simplest, I don't know, lamest setup out of like everyone on YouTube. Like even people who are like filming on their phones have like a more,
Yeah,
normal
that's
setup.
we have.
You're there teasing while I'm here going through this stuff.
It's just- we want everybody to be involved in the process. We don't want we wouldn't want the show to be as smooth just to just for the sake. But our backgrounds, I still
No,
think
no,
our
but
backgrounds are quite good.
no,
But
yours
yeah,
is
you're right. We have
terrific.
the shitty. No, thank you. But
Yeah. No, and I have a good
you
mic, and
have good my
camera's
I
okay. Yeah.
the camera.
No, it's more
The
this
topics we
part.
got. Yeah, I mean,
The recording part, I think.
the recording part is pretty. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. We need to. I'm thinking of getting a camera though, like a separate one from
Mm.
the computer. Then I can show off my background more, put it like way further back, and I start to like dancing while I do the
Yeah.
analysis or
Well,
something.
don't go
What do you think
crazy,
of?
but I think that's a good
No.
idea. I mean, this second webcam that I bought, you can't really tell because I cut our videos like this, but it's much wider. It's
Oh,
nice.
nice,
And
man.
they're really cheap webcams. Like webcams have like I don't know what it is, they have like a price limit. Like they don't go further up than so they like
Yeah,
max out at $40. They're like,
you don't need more
this is
than
the
this.
most we
Trust me.
offer. I'm sorry. It was good in 2003. It's still good. USB connector.
USB-C, that's the only change that has come during the last decade or so.
Yeah. If not, we
But
have this $2,000 camera. So there's
oh yeah,
no
yeah.
middle
Suddenly, yeah,
ground. You can
there
either
is this
have
Swedish brand you can get. It's cost the same price as your house if you like. You can try that.
There's no
No,
middle
thanks.
ground.
No, but have you noticed that if we do that, I think it will have a significant effect. People have multiple cameras and then
Mm.
they shift and they, like they're talking to this camera and then they talk to that camera. I
Well,
feel like that would be a game changer for
I
us.
think now that you said, just evoking like studios and all this and multiple cameras, what do you make
Yeah.
of, have you seen Kyle's like new studio? And it's, meant
Gee,
to, I guess, match his hair. I
oh
think,
my
I,
God,
I
what the
think Crystal
wow.
put him in her closet and then,
Can you
okay,
put
record there.
the
This,
what
like, why did he
put the
downgrade to a
volume down, put
closet?
the volumes play, just play. I want to see how he is in. Go to his channel. Is that because he used to do videos from his, like, remember that shitty map he had?
Oh my God, yeah.
From he
But he
had
finally
stolen
got a
from
nice
his
chair, man.
high
We
school.
complained about his style and setup so much. And now he's like
Really?
completely changed and we're not
But
giving him
his
credit.
shirt has like really like. But go to his channel. I want to see if he still has the old studio. Yeah,
That's not him
he.
anymore.
I mean, he's the only person who I know who's like, most people you go see their old pictures, they
Yeah.
look much worse. He's the only one who, as he progresses, it just looks worse and worse. It's reverse.
Okay,
Oh
I
no,
think
he
he
still
has
has
that
his.
one too. So I
Yeah,
think, yeah.
see
So when he's in Washington, Crystal
what's
puts
with
him in the closet.
man. I have to say, I despise the colors. The bright neon.
Yeah. No, this is,
That is so tacky. Well, yeah, but
oh, nice little globe there.
he
That's
has a lot
better.
of, man. Come on, he has like three different
Yeah.
backgrounds. So that
One
yeah, well,
funnier than
yeah.
the other. Oh,
Is
yeah.
this is this real background or is this a special effect? That's real, right? Okay.
I
Anyway.
don't know.
No, but his jacket here is nice.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think
One.
of highlights? I hair for men. For women, I think it's very good. Very nice.
Um, I mean, I would say for both men and women, right? For both men and women, like 90% of the time, just their natural hair is the nicest. Maybe a little bit here, a little bit there, or like something, but
No, I like I have to say I love the new young people's styles. I love it. Like when they have like one blue hair, one a strand of red hair or some shit.
yeah, no, it's not
I
for
really
me.
like that. But I love that. I feel like I live in a steampunk future right now when I walk around. It's like, everybody looks like a freak. So I really like.
That's true. But
No, but
sorry, I got
for
distracted
ladies,
because
I disagree. For
oh, really? Okay, sorry.
no, don't
No,
go to
no,
Succession. Don't go to Succession. I haven't seen this season, and
I
apparently there is
haven't
a
seen
bigger
it
spoiler.
either.
I'm saving it. Yeah, I'm saving it because I don't want to do a drip torture of myself. I like
I
to.
didn't even know there was a
So
new season out. It's just Marina started watching and then I just heard the music. She's going back. She's on
ah
season one though. I can't
she's
make up my
catching
mind on this show. I don't know if it's brilliant
the greatest show ever
or
or
shit. I
it's
can't.
the greatest show ever. It
It's
is
so
one of the
funny.
greatest
I've
show.
never had this dilemma in my life. I've never thought a show, okay, is this the best show ever or is this the worst show? Like, is it like
Before we
super lame,
further
super like cheap and one-dimensional, or is it brilliant? I can't tell.
Before we further discuss this, I just like to clarify that I am somebody who, watched Westworld and enjoyed it. Camille is somebody who watched A Friend of Family and thought that was a good show.
I'm
He
sure a
thought
lot
that's
of people
that's a
liked
good
it.
show. No, no, they are not people. No, so before we further, Succession is like that, man. Even if you don't like that, like Succession as a show, like the acting, the directing, the music, it's
Yeah,
it's
it's terrific.
top level. It's
Yeah.
top notch. So why do you say it's shit or
I don't know, like the show
the
itself,
dichotomy?
Yeah.
The show, what do you mean the show?
I mean, like
As
even a
opposed
shitty
to
show can
the
have a
mother
good
of the show.
song.
Ah, I see.
Like the subjects and how they're approached and all that.
Yeah, but yeah, but highlights for I think if you're a man, I wanted to say this. If you're a
Yeah.
man, you have to have very light skin to pull
Hmm.
off like highlights, and he doesn't. So he doesn't pull it off, I think, at all. What do you think of that? Is that a fair analysis?
Yeah, I mean it is a cool, yeah.
No, don't you agree with me? You should have light skin if you
Yeah, I
do
guess you maybe
highlights like
perhaps you
this.
look better in that case, maybe.
It
You know,
looks
in
so
Brazil,
weird
they
when
all
it's
did it for the winter. There was like a thing going around, like a phase where like, people would do this.
they all did it.
No, like a
Bolsonaro
lot of people.
did it.
Probably.
Lula.
Alrighty, Sam. So what's going on? Did your neighbors have guests over? Did you approve of this? Everything that's going on here?
It was very disappointing. It was I've always been very disappointed with that has always been the Achilles heel of the Britain. Their their unbelievable I feel just reverence to Americans. Like they treat them as they are revolutionary rebel traitors to the British Empire, and they shouldn't be welcome. But Rishi Sunak welcomed this guy, this Joe Biden traitor, into Britain, and he I don't know if you saw, he made a couple of gaffes, and there were a couple of pictures that people like
Yeah.
made memes out of, and it was kind of funny. Like there was this one, go there, this one, everybody made fun of this, that it's just so awkward. Like Rishi Sunak is so, awkwardly sitting next to Joe Biden, and he's like, so,
Nah, it's
but
not
then,
the worst.
play the video. No, 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 don't go that much ahead. You went way too ahead. Yeah, there is a video right after the next picture. That was the one that was the biggest gaffe
All right, let's
Biden made.
watch that.
Came the moment that Biden did actually make a proper gaffe, and this is a serious one.
You see this tie I have with the shamrock on it? This was given to me by one of these guys right here. Was a hell of a rugby player, and he beat the hell out of the black and tans. Oh God! But it was when you were at a Soldier Field, wasn't
So,
it? Gang? Chicago.
That is Joe Biden referring to the All Blacks, the New Zealand national rugby team, as, quote, the black and tans, men who serve.
Oh,
black and
he's
tans
doing
were
it.
Black and tans were a group of British soldiers that, well, I mean, they were in. I used, no, I guess I'm my views on them has changed, but I would say they were basically British, like secret sort of service. They would go around Ireland doing, agitations. They would attack, including, I believe,
I
they
see.
attacked innocent civilians as well. So he mixed
Jesus.
all blacks with black and tan. Yeah, he's just he's just great. He's just amazing.
He's hilarious.
He's hilarious. But yeah, British press is very upset. Is very upset because he's not gonna attend the King Charles III's coronation, and they were very much in attack mode on Biden. But Biden just was having a time of his life, man.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
pretending he was Irish. He was drinking
I
beer.
know.
And then he saw the guy who gave the last rites to his son. He was like, Jesus Christ! Like it was so. I mean, the presidency has fully now become completely a ceremonial position. It seems just like if at least if Democrats would have it.
At least right now, yeah. I mean, yeah, he was
Yeah,
too
at least,
funny. He was just like full on like a personal private trip. Just
yeah.
visiting
It was
random things in Ireland.
he reminded me of myself whenever I visit the Azeri Turkish sort of areas, and I'm like, I'm an Azeri, really, believe me. And then, nah, you're not really. Come on, fuck off. Come on, I am. Like, yeah. But so yeah, he had a ton of fun time. Oh, he had a picture taken with, what's his name? What's the Irish guy? The Jerry. I forget. Anyway, Yeah, he took pictures with IRA members
All
or
right.
former and British people. Oh no, there's a yeah, I think it's here. Go here, Jerry Adams, and they point out that King Charles has taken
Yeah.
pictures with Jerry Adams. So, like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, who cares? But I mean, he's so happy. He's meeting his celebrities.
Yeah,
He's
I know,
just,
right?
yeah. That's King Charles saying, "Yeah, Jesus Christ, please don't kill me." Rebel.
Too funny.
But yeah, so that was that. So we have the current president doing that. Then the former president gave a
The one and
fantastic
only.
interview. The one and only. And let's watch, and we'll pause on some of it. So no, watch the Trump bits. Yeah. Just go to interview. It's from here.
No,
it's
he's
amazing.
good.
Like
he's good.
He was one of his best, I think.
Yeah.
Who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline?
I don't want to get our country in trouble, so I won't answer it. But I can tell you who it wasn't, was Russia. I remember when they blamed Russia, they said Russia blew up their own pipeline. You got a kick out of that one too. It wasn't Russia. So I won't answer the question only because I don't want to get our country any deeper than they already are. But it sort of all starts. We have, we have the most incredible equipment. I rebuilt our whole military. We have things that are.
I rebuilt.
We're equipped to do anything, but I refuse to say it because I want our country to be pristine. But it was, in many ways, blowing it up was very bad because it really created a lot of problems for Europe in terms of the cost of energy.
Oh, yeah.
But they shouldn't have ever been. I had that pipeline stopped, Nord Stream 2. I had it stopped, totally stopped. When Biden came in, he approved it, and they immediately started the finishing action. I had Nord Stream because I said, for Germany and Europe to get their energy from Russia, that was when I sent Angela Merkel the flag. I sent her the white flag of surrender. She said, but why do you do that? I said, you've been fighting Russia for many years.
She really said,
if you ever have to fight with Russia and they control energy, you might as well just take the white flag of surrender. And that's what I did. So that was blown up and very dangerous to do it. But I think most people know who did it.
So once we start blowing up other people's critical infrastructure, is there a concern ours could get blown up in return?
Well, I think it's much more than infrastructure you're talking about. Look, we could end up in World War III over this whole thing. Forget about pipeline. We are closer. I believe it's the most dangerous period of time in history. Number one, because we have people on top that are incompetent. That's number one. And again, China's fine if you know how to deal. Russia, if you know how to deal. Russia wasn't going into Ukraine with me. China wasn't going into Taiwan with me. I mean, now all you see is, China with ships all over the place and sending airplanes and bombers. That wasn't happening with me. He knew you can't do it. And also, Russia knew you can't do it. They would have never done it. The most dangerous period of time because of weaponry, because of nuclear, because of weaponry, most dangerous period of time in the history of our country and in the history of the world right now. And we have an incompetent person at the top.
Can't say he's too wrong there at the very end. But I mean, just Tucker's face, just.
But man, Trump hasn't aged one bit over the last 6 years.
Well, he's been like, his skin is so tanned. It's like, how can you see? And like, you know what I mean? Like, we need to see.
But his mental capacities are still extremely sharp. Too.
No, yeah. He's brain wise. No, he's unlike Biden who.
But he's not 80 yet, right?
Trump, no, I think 79, 78.
Okay, 76. He's young.
6? Oh,
yeah, he's young.
Yeah, he's young. He's got at least 15 more years.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I love the part where he was the energy crisis, the poor people of Europe. Yeah, sure. Let's not forget about
that
that.
white flag thing though was the longest nonsensical. I sent her the white flag, and I told her that the
She
white
was
flag
like,
that
and
the
she
white
called
flag
me.
is meant. That's like, okay. With the minute he was talking about the white flag.
He's hilarious. No, I just love how, like they basically admitted, like American officials, basically former officials, admitted to blowing up Nord Stream. I love how Tucker is immediately like, so if we blow up different countries, it's just it's
I know Tucker's
hyper-reality.
question was like, oh, it's just so childish that it was just like, yeah. I mean, like, can you just ask a
Yeah.
shitty grown-up question? Like, it's just like,
Well,
so
it's
they're gonna attack us now then?
well, I mean, look,
Yeah.
he's he's trying to, for his audience, I would say that's a good question. That's the next step in their brain. As far as so if we blow up their stuff, they blow up our stuff.
That's not good. You don't want that.
You just no, that's not good. That's not something you want. So and but he's right though. He's sadly, and I don't, man. I'm on such a crossroad right now and by crossroad I mean just to feel like good if Trump gets elected or but because they're both so Biden is a bit like, as we discussed, like a couple of good meals away from making a deal with Iran. Biden just so incompetent. I think, to be honest, though, things have been set in motion. Yeah, like I feel like US is leaving the region. Otherwise, I don't think Saudi Arabia would have been making these moves. So
yeah. I mean, yeah. I think, yeah. Yeah, I think if I know I was gonna say if an analyst comes on now and really talks and says that, like the US is really, moving away from Middle East and all this, it'd be believable. But
yeah,
in some ways.
now
Now you take it back.
Yeah. No, I think it seems that's the case. And I mean, I would say they started under Trump releasing of, Taliban leaders, Aramco attack, no response from US. So, whatever. And talking of US, I suppose, military and all that.
So what did we find out about this story? So it was a 21-year-old kid, right? Who was just like
basically
sharing leaks with his friends. Had you heard about it already, or you just like made it up?
I knew he was a young man on a gaming thing, but I did make up the thing last week about the fact that they were arguing and trying to prove each other right. But it seems that was pretty close. It was more like he was trying to impress them. There is these weird things, man. I mean, this is according to Washington Post. So take it with a grain of salt. You can't. Washington Post is not to be trusted. So they say that there was like they formed they were all fans of a YouTube channel which was about guns, and then they formed a chat room on Discord or whatever, and they had a very close relationship, and they were mostly 14 and 16-year-olds, but like the oldest ones in the group were 21, and he was one of the oldest ones, and he was acting like a mentor to the other one. I don't know what the heck.
Jesus
Christ. And he was like giving and he was trying to impress them basically or something like that. It seemed. So
what an idiot.
I mean, I really don't. I mean, I just don't understand why would he have access to these documents in the first place. Secondly, I would say though, just like Edward Snowden leaks, these leaks will not lead to anything because they are telling us what we already know. What is except I guess the whole I guess I didn't know about the Egyptians selling rockets to Moscow, but I would have guessed that anyway.
Was there anything on the pyramids or no? Like who built the pyramids?
Yes, there was aliens. Definitely aliens. aliens for sure.
I never
Yeah, they have
understand why
they have
people are so
Hancock.
amazed by the pyramids. Maybe I have to see them in
I
person.
never understood that. Yeah, it's just I need to.
And why
I've
that
never been
couldn't
to.
be built, and why like it's so mind-blowing that they couldn't have built this. They're like, okay, they had unlimited numbers of people. It looks like bricks on top of bricks, and you don't think that was possible, okay?
Yeah, that seems very possible. And yeah, I mean, I never I agree. To be fair though, I've been very unimpressed by everything I've seen. I remember going to Buckingham Palace and being like, really? That's it? Like, and same
no,
with
no,
Iran went to Pasargada.
it might
Very
actually be
unimpressed.
cool and stuff. I mean, now I might be impressed if I see it, or like, I'll be like, okay, this is nice and cool. Oh, this is like big, but I'm not. I was also especially referring to the fact that I wouldn't be amazed that they managed to build this whenever they did.
Oh,
But, yeah.
sure. Yeah, that definitely. Yeah. Oh, they moved the stones. What alien technology.
Alien came here, made a sandcastle pretty much, like a big sand, and left. They go back to their bosses, they have to report. So how did the mission on Earth go? Well, sorry, we got high and built the sandcastle. Like, how did and then we came back. Shit, we can go back. Sorry, we completely forgot the objective of the mission.
We were talking about the leaks. But yeah, have you seen though what's been the debate in media about this guy?
No.
So there's some leftists, not leftists, whatever, some opposition to establishment media are saying that the media helped hunt him down as a leak. And because he didn't come to them and all that.
I see.
And,
really?
yeah, and they're criticizing the media for helping the establishment. And man, okay. You know what I mean? Like that's their job though. Like criticizing, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Haven't we been here before? Didn't we establish already Washington Post is like an arm of the Pentagon? I thought we already established.
Yeah, and I mean, this guy,
But anyways.
he doesn't even claim to have good intentions. He was just
That doesn't matter, man.
Yeah,
Who
that
gives a
doesn't
shit
even
about
really
good
matter.
intentions,
But yeah, if you want it to matter, I guess you could make that argument. But yeah.
No, but I'm sorry, but if you share information on Discord channel, you should have a very reasonable expectation of getting caught and
Yeah,
having
no.
a stick put up your ass. Like that is a very reasonable expectation. That's it's just 101 really.
Too
But
funny.
yeah, so that's happened. And they every other day they're like, oh, there was this also in the leaks. Did you hear there was this? And you're like, oh yeah, cool. Nice.
Is this
Oh,
no, go ahead.
Did you see this? It was more about Macron, France.
No.
Man, I feel it's really. I feel like Francois is in France. What was it by the way? How do you say 24 in French?
24.
What? Sorry.
24.
24. Ah, sorry. I thought it was. Okay. He's under a lot of pressure, man. They just come here. They shit on Macron. They shit on France, and I feel like Francois is like increasingly. He's like, but okay, but I feel like Macron may have a point there. You are really pushing it. It's just they're constantly talking shit about Macron. That's France 24 is basically Macron is shit time. This lady, man, this lady is so angry at Macron for dividing the West in front of China. He's so like, he divided the West in front of disappointing, very disappointing. Yeah, very disappointed she's in this guy. But yeah, they talk about, and I don't know if you know, but apparently the protests are continuing. Apparently in France, and they rejected talks with Macron. Macron texted them, said, come here, let's do a group chat. And the French producer said, no. What was no in French? V was yes.
Oh, no.
No. No. Nope. Do they have nope? So Mélenchon is backing them. So we'll see. And apparently, what's her name? Marine Le Pen has jumped 10 points in the polls. So that's nice. That's always great to
I
hear. No?
see. These
Aren't you
elections,
excited?
it's always the same story, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Like,
It
I
takes
mean,
like
I
a
would say
good 2 decades for like there to be like
for
new people
finally
involved.
somebody, but I must say though, I would say in the next or the election after, I feel like France might be like at the end of that 2 decade that finally the racists win, because
Hmm.
they've been
Yeah,
edging closer
yeah, I know.
every time. They're like, God damn it. So next time maybe it's the racist
No, you're
time. So
absolutely right.
fingers crossed. No fingers crossed. Or
I'm sure Paris will still remain lovely. That's what's most important from a tourist point of view.
is it lovely when they're cracking the skull of the immigrants? I don't know. I wouldn't describe that as lovely,
That's
but
true.
whatever. Is, by the way, in Paris, do they have what do they call what was the outskirts, the shitty outskirts
Okay,
called?
yeah, banlieue.
Banlieue. Do they allow those people inside central
It's-
Paris, or
I've never been there. I've heard about that area and those
no?
people,
But
and I don't
you
think they're
don't, when you
allowed.
go to Paris, you don't see those people, do you?
No,
They
no,
don't
no.
let no.
They're not
Oh,
allowed. They
yeah,
stay in
good.
their banlieues.
Okay, good. Just for a second, I thought maybe perhaps within vicinity of the civilized world they have them. Okay, good. That's great. But yeah,
But
you look at Francois' face there. Did you see his face? You see, I can see in his face, man. Next week he's gonna, he's gonna start punching people. Like, I said next time you say something about France, keep shitting on France. Look at the way he's looking at that
I
face.
know.
Like, you motherfucker. I can't say
Too
anything right
funny.
now.
Alrighty, Sam, let's continue. What is he holding in his hand?
So,
Okay.
sorry, are you okay?
Nothing. Yeah, I was looking at the photo.
All right. But he really threw me off there. But I would say, no, I was just gonna say, yeah. So did you hear, like, the whole world is going fucking mad, and I mean that's every week. But play the video. So first we start with Japan going crazy. Japan. Very interesting.
Yeah, let me see. I haven't seen.
Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has been brought to safety after an explosion went off just before he was due to give a campaign speech. Police have detained a suspect for allegedly throwing a smoke bomb. Kishida was visiting the port city of Wakayama during local elections. The incident comes 9 months after former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was assassinated while holding a campaign speech. And joining us now for more is Sonia Blaschke. She is a freelance journalist joining us from Tokyo. Sonia, good to have you with us. What more can you tell us? What's the latest?
Yeah, but what the hell? Like, every week they're killing a prime minister. Is that like, you can't do that?
Yeah, so they killed one before, right? A few months
They
ago,
killed
right?
one former. Now
Yeah.
they're going for the current guy. Yeah, this is. I mean, it's not. The expert here says that I don't know. She's like, it's like nobody knows what's like why.
Unprecedented.
Unprecedented. But it was a smoke bomb, so it wasn't a lethal, I guess, bomb. But yeah, he survived. But still, though, I would still say that Japanese is still doing better than most of the world. I'm pretty sure if it was Iran, the guy would have slipped, dropped a smoke bomb, and ended up suffocating himself in like a plastic bag or something. Like, I'm pretty sure that's would have been the outcome of assassination attempt. So,
by the way, as a young guy, did you ever go through a phase where you were really obsessed with Japan or Tokyo, or no?
Not really, because as you know, my whole personality is based on opposing the personality of other people. So, and as you know, and I'm gonna ask you, did you go through this phase? Because a lot of people did go through this phase.
Not too much, but I mean, I liked eating sushi, and I thought Tokyo looked cool. And then there was this one
Oh,
episode of
Tokyo looks great.
Top Gear where they take like really cool cars and they go across Japan and Tokyo and Japan, and then so I was like, so I liked it, but like it never turned into like an obsession or anything, but it was somewhere that was that I was aware of, and as you know, I wasn't aware of much at a young age. I don't
You
even know
knew
if
it
this
was an
counts.
island, it existed.
But you, as a lover of everything British, did you have a soft spot for Hong Kong though? Was that?
Yeah, I did have a soft spot for Hong Kong. I did have a soft spot for Japan as well, because I did view Japan as the UK of the Asia. So for a while, but then now I've changed my mind. It's the Germany kind of. So
Oh.
no, now I'm not so good. But no, I remember I was fascinated, and I am still fascinated by Japanese cinema. Their movies are amazing, and Japanese anime. I since a very young child. I mean, Tsubasa, as you know,
Yeah.
Futbolista, the football. So that's I don't know if that's Japanese. Is that Japanese? I think.
Yes, I think so. But
yeah.
like I
And
like the football one and I love Dragon Ball, but I never liked anime per se. I just liked one or two
those
anime
two.
shows like that. Yeah. Not I was.
But it turned out I didn't love anime as much as I thought I did as when I really watched it. But I did know I love some of the, like, especially in horror and action genre, the places they go is much further anything you get in Western, like American, European, Iranian. So it's really out there. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, no, Japan is really cool, I have to say. It's one of the coolest places that I really want to visit, but I doubt.
Same. It's far
You know,
as
it's
I mean, yeah, I mean, even for you,
far
it's far as fuck.
expensive. It's very hard, very hard to get in many times of the year. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
but yeah, no, but in Iran, as you know, it was up to my generation, our generation was the last one. Hugely obsessed, like people older than us, like my people few years even older, and our parents, obsessed with Japan as like the best place on earth, basically.
And people went and worked in Japan too from different social classes, right? Like I mean, like also as like
Mostly
workers,
working class.
Mostly
working class people went, and but the thing about Japan is both conservatives and liberals loved them. Like both religious conservatives and liberal, like, Shah supporter type things. People love them because they like, Sam, they kept their traditions, but they got rid.
But
motherfucker.
But I have a feeling that it's really not unique to Iran, and that there's a lot of people in a lot of countries in the
bourgeois
region.
People love it.
Yeah,
bourgeois,
even non-bourgeois-ish. Yeah, even like middle class.
Middle class.
Yeah.
When I say bourgeois, I mean middle class.
Yeah.
I just in my colloquial way of saying it. But yeah, it's basically a highly successful fascist state, kind of. It's very immigration is very limited. Racism is quite notable. So it's people. People pretend they don't like fascism. They do. They love it.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, and then we had this play. This is the latest from a few hours ago, and every few hours, this is from 8 hours ago, as you can see. But every few hours it changes. So by the time this video goes up,
Sudan.
probably things have changed. But there was clashes in the capital between militia forces that were used to be aligned with the government, but now seems to be engaging in a conflict with the government. And it has been some, like, there's like they had tensions from a while back. So maybe you can play a bit now.
People in Sudan have been spending an anxious night after fighting between the army and the country's biggest paramilitary group, the Rapid Support Forces. The Doctors' Union says at least 27 civilians have been killed. There were explosions and gunfire in the capital Khartoum and other parts of the country on Saturday. The army is refusing to negotiate with the Rapid Support Forces. It posted a video on its Facebook page, reportedly showing soldiers denying the takeover of the Corps of Engineers headquarters in the city of Omdurman.
Saturday, April 15. We are now in the armory of the Engineer Corps in Omdurman, Sudan. Whoever is saying that the Engineer Corps has fallen, we are now at the heart of it, in front of the Sudanese flag.
Well, the fighting has been concentrated in Sudan's capital. There were heavy clashes near the state TV building, the presidential palace, and at the international airport. 350 kilometers northwest of Khartoum, there was fighting around an airport in the city of Merowe. In southern Darfur, the Sudanese army still controls the airport in the town of Nyala, but violence has been reported there as well. Hiba Morgan reports from Khartoum.
It doesn't look like the situation is de-escalating. In fact, the army put out a statement saying that it will not negotiate with the rapid support forces until those forces are dissolved and the rebel troops are dealt with. So it looks like if, despite the fact that people have been calling for a de-escalation of the situation here in the capital and across the country, the armed forces look like they're going ahead with dissolving the rapid support forces and continuing to attack. They've already labeled the group as a rebel force, and we're seeing a continuing of fighting here in the area of Khartoum, near the vicinity of the presidential palace. We can still hear shots being fired. We can hear heavy artillery being fired. It's not clear yet who is in control of the presidential palace, but the army says it is in control of the headquarters. The state television is being battled over, both sides wanting to gain control, and Khartoum International Airport at the moment looks to be under the control of the armed forces. So the escalation continues. Lots of tension here in the capital as fighting continues between both sides, with civilians caught in the middle.
Can pause here.
Damn.
My headphones may run out of
Yeah.
battery just about now. But there is a part I wanted you to play. Maybe it's not in this video, that there is a former foreign minister of Sudan that she speaks. I think, yeah. Go back. Oh, here. No, you
very
just
angry.
no.
Actually, I'm enraged,
well,
and I see.
Army stalled.
I really feel very sad and very angry. Actually, I'm enraged, and I say to both of them, shame on you, both of you. You have been entrusted for this great revolution, and you already committed an nonsensical coup.
Speaking in Vietnam, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said Washington would continue to support Sudan's transition to a civilian-led government.
It's a fragile situation. There are other actors that may be pushing against that progress, but this is a real opportunity to finally carry forward the civilian-led transition, and one that we and other countries are trying to bolster.
People across Sudan are bracing themselves for more fighting, a new crisis, and an uncertain future. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Khartoum.
The Sudanese army, as well as pro-democracy groups, have long demanded the rapid support forces be integrated into the military. It's estimated the group consists of about 100,000 fighters. Mohammed Val explains how it was formed.
The rapid support forces are paramilitary fighters.
But yeah, crazy stuff. Hello.
all right. So, yeah, sorry about that. Did you see? It's great, basically, Sudan. And can you go to the picture I sent you that had Sudan on a map?
Oh, Sudan on a map. Yep.
So I just wanted to point out that if you look Sudan very near to another country we like to talk about, which is Ethiopia and Egypt, obviously there. I think in this region of the world, what we are seeing is basically like formation of a, what we call modern states, modern centralized states. And there are forces that seems to be sort of pushing back on that, like this rapid force thing. So I think that's the dynamic that's going on, basically, that are we going to see basically, a centralized modern, basically a state in these countries, or are they going to just remain fragmented and largely armies that are almost like feudal armies, as in like they they have regional royalties, and you ask for region to bring certain amount whenever there is an international conflict. So it's fascinating.
You're
This
absolutely
region
right.
is truly, well, I don't know if I'm absolutely
No, but that makes
I,
a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, nothing groundbreaking, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It seems somewhat
I mean, Ethiopia is probably way further ahead at the development stage, but it seems not development stage, like centralization stage. Yeah, but it's
development,
probably
not in a good way.
Yeah. But it's probably now it sounds like from like the news, especially we're covering last week, it's the second step by having one army, just taking it further, let's say, further centralizing.
Yeah. I mean, it seems that there was a peace process that has been basically collapsed under the weight of the civil war. So yeah, that it seems the state is pushing for centralization, but the other side is not.
I mean,
which is very similar to what happened in Ethiopia, both with Tigray and now with Amara. It's like the exact same thing. Basically, they are being asked to become part of the national centralized state, and the regional authorities don't like it.
And I think the fact that South Sudan is literally the youngest country in the world, and it's like right here, just says a lot.
Yeah, of course, that's gonna help.
Yeah. And
I mean, that's, to be honest, we'll see what happens. I hope there is just it's just quickly resolved.
And where do you stand on the Halaib triangle, the disputed Halaib triangle?
That's what I wanted to avoid, so not to talk about any
I have no idea what that is. I've never seen that.
No, well, not just that, but anyway, no, it's all all this region, in my view, should be two kingdoms. Don't get me started.
And let's wrap up this segment with what's going on in India. But
so maybe put the translation thing. This was crazy. I sent you. These are the videos I sent you very last. Oh, sorry, I thought you put them up. Put the last video I sent you. Put it up so you'll see what happens. It's a crazy thing. It's kind of like the Japanese thing. Perhaps it's slightly crazier.
Really?
This guy, they're brothers. The guy who is, I believe, a slightly chubbier. He's a famous gangster and a criminal in India, also member of the Socialist Party and member of the parliament.
Oh shit! What happened? Oh my god. Okay, so these guys, yeah.
He's one of the other one is his brother, and I believe his son was also. Well, you watch the video and then I'll tell you.
Which video? So we have a few.
The last one. Watch the last one first.
This one.
Yeah. Put the volume down. Actually, pause.
Too funny.
This video contains disturbing things. Should we say that, or
sorry?
Maybe actually we shouldn't play the video because we get demonetized. I forgot about all that stuff.
No, don't play the video. Not from this, but sure, I won't play the video.
No,
but we don't
it's a killing. He gets killed. Why? He's talking to journalists. Yeah, some of the killers are apparently were dressed as journalists, and they shoot him.
Stop,
basically.
Really?
And him and his brother, they get killed. Yeah.
Oh my god, crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Apparently, and his son apparently was killed last week in UK in a. Go to the video in the middle. I think gives a good explanation. That is a new one. The video in the middle. Not the middle of the video. Not the middle of the video. Yeah, this one. She gives a very good
Assad was shot dead in an encounter with the UP police. The mafia turned politician Atiq Ahmed and his brother Ashraf Ahmed have been shot dead while being taken for a medical checkup in Prayagraj. Two people have been arrested so far. The incident took place around 10:30 p.m. Let's go across to Ankit for more information. Ankit, it has been 2 hours since this brazen...
So yeah, he was member of a socialist party, not a, like, you don't think, by the way, it doesn't mean much in India. And but he was involved in a number of like intimidation cases that he said he was accused of torturing, harassing people, and then another businessman, I believe he was involved in potentially kidnapping and torturing him. So it's crazy, man. The world has gone fully fucking mad. Like Japan, India, Sudan.
The world's been mad, my friend.
You're right. I was going exceptionalist. You stopped me there. It's always been like this.
You know, we have a zero tolerance when it comes to exceptionalism.
Exceptionalism. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Sam
No, but I would say it was
we're normal. We're like everybody else.
I would say this week, can we say it was a bit, they notched it up a bit? Can we say that at least?
No, not
Like,
even really.
or-
Why?
Last week, you're right. Last week. Well,
No,
can we
last
say
week
at
was
least,
comical. No,
more
oh, wait,
original more original programming this week. Like, you don't have
Yeah, no, in
members
that
of
sense.
parliament shot in front of camera that often.
True.
It's
Not even
original
in
programming.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't happen in the States, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. In the States, it does because everybody has gone. Yeah. So,
No, I mean, but yeah,
okay.
no, that's true.
I was just saying, okay, this week they threw in a couple of curveballs. Let's just say that.
But the Japan one was just a smoke bomb.
That
Oh,
was-
is he
it
like
was so
threatening
weird.
him? He's like, you see?
So next time it won't be a smoke. I tell you that.
It will be
Next
water
time it will be a
balloons.
smoke. It will be custard. It will be- Ah, God. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah. Alrighty, Sam. So let's continue. So believe it or not, have I missed out on some kind of juicy story? I'm really mad at myself. So get me in
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this
it's very
before it
juicy.
gets too late, before I miss
It's
out
too
on
late.
the...
It's already too late. There was a whole debacle
No.
in San Francisco.
I
Apparently,
feel so left out.
Yeah. Do you know what is the Cash App?
No.
Me neither. I heard the name before, but I didn't know what's the function. I still don't know what's the function. But the Cash App founder has been murdered. Bob Lee was murdered. He was stabbed by an Iranian guy called Nima Momeni.
But why is that?
Apparently, and play the video, but apparently, according to reports, according to witnesses, and this I am going by New York Post and Daily Mail right now, so be very careful. But it may have something to do with the fact that it had to do with his sister, it seems.
All right,
And
let's see.
the bubbly guy, may have had an affair with the sister, and the sister is married to a famous plastic surgeon or something. Go put the audio down, but play the video. There is a video of the sister.
But let me
at the
hear,
court.
let me just hear this a bit
Oh,
too.
sure.
The killing of tech CEO Bob Lee. New court documents revealing an apparent personal dispute. The suspect allegedly driving Lee to a secluded area before stabbing him 3 times with a kitchen knife. ABC's DeMarco Morgan has more.
This morning, 38-year-old Nima Momeni, the man now accused of killing tech exec and Cash App creator Bob Lee, making his first court appearance as prosecutors detail Lee's gruesome final moments. Prosecutors calling Lee's murder a planned and deliberate attack.
Stabbing not alert, responding control A1, your tech is A13, PD the run.
Shortly after, Lee caught on surveillance video last week in these images obtained by the Daily Mail stumbling in front of an apartment building before collapsing. Prosecutors say Momeni allegedly stabbed Lee 3 times with one of the blows penetrating the heart. According to prosecutors earlier in the day, Lee, a friend, and Momenti's sisters spent the afternoon drinking hours before Lee's death. Later that night, prosecutors say Momeni allegedly confronted Lee, asking if his sister had been doing drugs or anything inappropriate. Lee allegedly reassuring him nothing inappropriate had happened. Police say later that night, Lee joined Momeni and his sister at the Millennium Tower, and that cameras would show the two men driving off in Momeni's BMW around 2 a.m. to a dark, secluded area.
Mr. Momeni was driving. They ended up in the area of the stabbing, and that is where they exited the vehicle, and approximately 5 minutes later is when the stabbing took place.
Minutes later, Lee is seen on camera walking away and injured. The BMW seen on video taking off at high speed.
Again, pause.
Police saying,
This is
You're really into this. This is your favorite genre, isn't it? Crime drama. Like, oh my, what? Did he say something bad about his sister? it seems to be another. It's from. I mean, this is very early on. So
Did you see the Iranians in there too?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go to. But it seems to have been another case of honor killing. That seems to have been. But Jesus Christ, man, do you think like as people might not know, but there is something in Iran, especially Turkish Iranians, called Qairat. It's a genetic thing called Qairat, and it leads us to be somewhat overprotective, sometimes misogynistic towards women. But yeah, that seems like, I don't know. That's a husband, by the way, the guy next to the wife. You see. So,
but
yeah.
she was before. She was chilling with the CEO before that.
It seems, yeah, and they may have been doing something inappropriate.
I see.
Kamyar, were they doing? It's my sister. I mean, your sister is like an adult.
I know.
Was she doing drugs? Was my sister doing drugs? Who are you? Fuck off.
Seriously, he's probably in love with her or something.
Oh, it's weird. It's so, I mean, whatever. But then, first of all, I want to tell you two stories. First, go to Google. I mean, first of all, people need to like, I mean, this is ridiculous, man. The names are too similar. First, I heard the news. You know, I don't watch YouTube a lot of times. I just put the thing on and I'm just listening. I heard Bob Lee murdered, and then by Iranian. Oh my God! I was like, oh my God, Bobby Lee is murdered. Bobby Lee, one of my favorite comedians. Oh, he's so funny. He's murdered. And no, thankfully, it was just a tech CEO, just a loser, just some loser tech CEO. No, I mean, he just passed, so that's not really.
No, I feel bad for him.
I take that back. Yeah, I take that back. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's not fair. But yeah, that was yeah. First, I genuinely did think it was Bobby Lee, though. I was like Googling, seeing if he's okay or whatever. But then, about the potential murder, I think it's much easier to make jokes. Now, you know, it's a court case and it's gonna go through. It seems pretty, you know, a case shut down. You went to the picture I wanted you to go to. I think, you know, the full court system should, you know,
play itself out,
and the judicial process should take place, blah blah blah. But then I saw this court sketch. That's the family of Nima Momeni, and that's Nima Momeni showing support, and people can see they're doing a heart sign with their hands. And I believe it's a belief I've had since a very young age. If you do that in public, especially in private, I don't know. In public, capital punishment, immediate capital punishment. The cop should have shot them both right there, all three of them should have been shot dead right there and then. Jesus, I hate that. Isn't it? Do you agree with this? You should, and now you should get shot.
Yeah, you were doing it weirdly. It's like this.
How do you do it? I don't know how to do it.
The other way around. Your thumbs point downwards, yeah. And then your hands like this. No, the other way. Flip your hands around. Yeah.
So that's that, but that's not a heart. That's like
it is.
What? It's a reverse heart. Oh, that okay.
No,
I don't know, man. I don't have a heart, and I can't do the fucking sign.
Okay, after you did the Illuminati sign.
Yeah, I'm just doing a sign of the devil.
Yeah, but okay, so this is that's the guy too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I still feel bad about that joke. But yeah,
so he's also a tech exec, Nima Momeni.
Yeah, he was a tech exec. Oh, he was a tech consultant, I read. So yeah, I don't know. Everybody, I guess, consultant exec, but it's different these days. Whatever. But he was worried about his sister doing drugs. Drugs
I
in
love the
this day and
Iranian
age?
dad though.
Well, next thing you tell me, she's also wearing a miniskirt. Oh, whoa.
The gang.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
I mean, maybe he's innocent. I mean, maybe, but it seems
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, no, we shall see.
very. Yeah. So, but if it's innocent, I take all the jokes back. I should say that. Oh, and this is from last week, quite late to the game again, like the last story, both of us. But did you hear about this? Don Lemon is apparently a fucking psycho. Like in the office, he's
Really?
like going, yeah, he's like he used the burner phone to threaten another person
Jesus
who works
Christ.
like a colleague, like I guess like clandestinely. I don't know what. It basically completes. They say he's a misogynist, but I don't know. It seems like he's a psycho.
Wow.
And he would use anything just to get ahead.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know,
And
where
he
do they
plays the
find these
good boy.
people? I'm
Yeah, Obama.
Oh, Mama was so nice. You know,
Eh.
Trump broke our the etiquette, the etiquette. Oh, Jesus Christ. But where do they find these people, man? Like seriously, I don't know. Like I feel like I've worked in a couple of places, you know, I've seen people like never, they don't do like people like don't do this shit, you know? And for this little amount of money, like, you know, it's like the Scottish fucking Scottish corruption case, you know? It's just like for what? For a job at CNN? Like, chill the fuck out.
Fat was sending threatening text to Phillips. He mocked
Oh, yeah.
Grace on air by mimicking her, shocking fellow colleagues.
So yeah, unbelievable just behavior. Yeah, have you ever used the burner phone to threaten a colleague? No? Why not?
Use the burner phone.
I mean, it seems to be fair though, it does seem like there is a battle, like they are sort of the new management is like, you know, the egg, the Humpty Dumpty, Brian
Perhaps.
Stelter is gone, and now they are going maybe after Don Lemon. So all the lemons, all the the eggs, they are all being cleaned out. All the Zucker era, I suppose.
Perhaps.
Animals.
Alrighty, Sam. So let's move on to our last few stories for today's show. What's happening with my boy Murdoch?
Well, it's a kind of a more
Ongoing.
it's not a news. It's more of a update on what we covered last week. But it was very interesting. I had no idea. Apparently, there's a Vanity Fair article that goes into it. But Succession, the TV show, famously, you know, everybody says it's very clearly inspired by Murdoch's or influenced by that reality. It seems that James Murdoch, and I don't know if you recall who James Murdoch is. James Murdoch was the guy who was basically heir apparent to Rupert until the whole UK stuff. You remember the phone hacking scandal, the newspaper that they had turned out to have hacked people's phones. Until then, since then, he started doing a whole sort of I'm the good boy, sort of I'm the Democrat, I donate to Biden now. You know, like, you know, he's moved to that side. And then on the other side, you have Lachlan, I believe that's how it's pronounced, Lachlan Murdoch, who's risen and become the head of the Fox News. And then they discuss how with the Disney sale, basically now he's gone fully sort of he's become a fully news right-wing thing, and it's under Lachlan's control. And then there's juicy bits which you would like probably more go down about the fact that he broke up his marriage to Jerry Hall via email.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. Apparently Wendy Dang, and I really believe that Wendy Dang, do you remember her? That was the Chinese wife he had.
This is too funny.
Cheated on him with Tony Blair. Do you remember her? Wendy Deng.
No.
Man, Wendy Deng was amazing. She cheated on Rupert Murdoch with Tony Blair. She had excerpts in her diary that she had written. Every time Tony Blair comes to a stage, oh my God, I shiver. Oh my God, he's so sexy. Those beautiful, I guess, donkey-like teeth. I don't know. What she found sexy about Tony Blair. But anyway, according to a story, she pushed him at some point and broke his back. So or something like, and she seemed like a crazy person. Like she seemed like, I don't know if you remember during the hearings in UK, somebody threw something at Murdoch, and she was like a fucking bodyguard. I think she grabbed it mid-air and was like, "Yeah, fuck you!" She threw it back at the guy. It was amazing. So I miss her. I don't know what she's up to these days.
This is insane though, how he dumped Jerry Hall via email. So this is Murdoch. He wrote, quote, "Jerry, sadly I've decided to call an end to our marriage." Then he goes on to say, "We have
sorry, you're reading it wrong. You're reading it wrong.
Go ahead.
Jerry, sadly, I've decided to call an end to our marriage. Is that Australian or is that just
perhaps,
weird?
but it's entertaining. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have certainly had some good times, but I have much to do. My New York lawyer will be contacting you immediately."
There's like a few extra funny things. One is, "But I have the much to do," and then 3 dots. The other one is that how he specifies the lawyer who's going to call, "My New York lawyer." Okay.
Yeah, my New York lawyer, not the London lawyer. But if the London lawyer contacts you, don't trust him. Don't trust him. Not the London lawyer. Nah. He's. By the way, what was Jerry Hall famous for? I believe she was a musician of some kind. Do you know?
Maybe she was married to some musician or something.
Oh, perhaps. Yeah. But anyway, go down there. There was one thing else. I think there was one more juicy bit. Wait, it's consumed by a question of. Oh no, that's obvious. Go up. Oh no, that's all. Wait, go down. What was that one? He's consumed. He's been well, but oh yeah. I love that. This was the one. He's been well, but remains convinced he will live forever, which is you said last week. Which is, as you said, if everything you in life you want it and you said comes true and every wish you, so might as well. Yeah, I guess you think he's convinced he will live forever. Yeah, fair enough. Yes, fair enough. You should think that.
Oh my God, it's too funny.
Do you think he will live forever?
I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow lives like 120, 130 years.
Yeah, how old is he now? Can you Google that? Just, let's make sure.
Because they give him
yeah,
he's 92.
Oh my God.
And he has much to do.
Yeah, and he has much to do. And not with Jerry Hall. The New York lawyer will contact him. 92. Yeah, he can easily do another 20, I think.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. I'm gonna die before him. This is so disappointing.
But
so yeah, that was my are you looking forward to watching Succession?
Yes, for sure, definitely.
Me too.
But okay, to wrap up, we have like a full, like let's say 3 or 4 stories can be put together because there's not even much to say about them. This you sent to me, Sublation Media.
I thought you'll enjoy this.
This is hilarious. It's literally Alan Dershowitz goes crazy for absolutely no reason. And then I also have Kim's takes on abortion, where she has a whole thread. And I just want to show you this. Does this not look like 2000 or something, like movie poster or something like that, like a teens movie poster?
Exactly. No. Exactly. Nuts, you're 100%. Even late nuts, you're right, because they, for some reason, they wanted to include face of every actor, so they had to use them from different scenes and cut them together like that. Very awkwardly. No, it does look like that.
But
But man, it's
yeah,
so funny. I mean, we'll talk about this as well.
but yeah, Alan Dershowitz went nuts, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll get to him. Let's go in
You know,
order, of
let's go in order thing.
because this is the more substantive thing. But did you, I mean, you listened to this, just briefly summarizing it. Douglas Lane very aptly remembers Matt Taibbi's criticisms of One-Dimensional Man, Herbert Marcuse's famous book. And in this very good, I think, video essay, he points out that if you pay attention to Herbert Marcuse's book very closely, you can see that basically he was describing the similar problem that Matt Taibbi is, especially now facing, but faced before. And he's basically putting forward the same argument that journalists haven't lost their ways. It's just they've always.
And so what is the issue?
Their
What
ways
is
have
it?
always been connected to their bank account.
That's for sure. But what is the
Like
issue that
everybody
Matt
else.
Taibbi is facing?
That the media is extremely biased towards certain stories. That he believes that he believes the media has like passed the certain, I guess, threshold of becoming completely partisan, as if it wasn't before. Like that.
Exactly. So I'm glad to see that Doug also sees.
Very good video, by the way,
things
much
like
more
us.
substantive, but I just gave you the. And by the way, he points out also that Mehdi Hassan's that was a really good way of putting it. He says even when Mehdi Hassan points out mistakes, they are not what does he call them? Not substantive. They are not they're not important. Like they're like, it's like people I used to get that a lot. I used to be made fun of, or like people make fun of your spelling or your pronunciation. It's like, come on, man, you know what I'm saying.
No,
It felt like
100%.
that. It's been pedantic. It's like
100%. Okay.
This
then
was
here,
go to let's play the part. Let's play the part. It's
but
towards
hold
the
on,
end.
let me explain.
Not that end.
Yeah. So Alan Dershowitz agrees to go on Kim's show, and the top this was ahead of that hearing or whatnot that Trump had on a Tuesday 2 weeks ago. So this was ahead of that.
Oh, okay.
And he loses it. I mean, because Kim starts asking about Epstein, but like questions where I thought the answers by Dershowitz were like good, like there was no need, but he completely flips out over that. So let's watch a little bit.
Well,
maybe.
It seems he thought the interview will be about just Trump and stuff and nothing about Epstein, and we'll see what happens. So Kim has now, I think, just now asked him about one or two questions about Epstein and stuff. So
you think that
I think
Jeffrey
go
Epstein
further back
with the help of
Oh, it's a long video.
No, I know, but go further back where he loses it from
their
further
lives,
back.
But categorically, unequivocally, I did nothing wrong.
So you do admit that you did receive a massage at his mansion?
Oh, here it starts going crazy.
Well, what happened is my wife got a massage at his house.
I love
and then
details.
I had a neck and shoulder massage from a woman named Olga, who was like 45 years old. Virtually everybody who went to any of Jeffrey Epstein's houses got therapeutic massages. They were offered to everybody, but I've never had a sexual massage or anything improper. I've never been touched by an underage person. So no, that's not true at all.
Okay.
What else? You have anything else you want to throw at me? Okay.
Just a couple more
I did
things.
absolutely nothing wrong. Yeah.
Okay. Well, many of us suspect that Jeffrey Epstein was an asset to Mossad, and that Ghislaine Maxwell was in fact an agent of Mossad. There's a lot
Totally
of evidence
nonsense.
that point to this direction, and that they were operating a blackmail operation in order to get very powerful people, including people like yourself, in precarious positions to where you could potentially work on behalf of the state of Israel or protect the state of Israel.
I've been working on the state of Israel. I've been working for the state of Israel since before you were born. Jeffrey Epstein once visited me in Israel. He had never been there. He didn't know anybody in Israel. He didn't work for the Mossad. The Mossad wouldn't hire him. And I hope he had videotapes of everybody, because they would show I never did anything improper. I have one other question. Are you used to having people come on your show to talk about one subject and then sandbagging them on another subject without any warning? Because it's nice to know you do that, and it will make certain that I have nothing to hide. I'm happy to talk about any of this, but I'm used to more ethical journalism.
No, we actually did notify the people who booked you onto the show that you would be asked about Epstein, and they assured us that you were aware of this.
No, they never notified me about that, and you'd have to show me that email.
Okay. One last question. Do you think that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
No, of course not. Well, he didn't kill himself without the help of some people. He did kill himself, but he killed himself with the help of...
But
I agree he threw a fit, but I think considering that he did, like, it was his people's mistake, I thought he's gonna hang up there, but he stayed in and he still answers, and he's like, yeah, this is the last time you will have me on, so ask as many questions as you want. And yeah, she puts up the messages that she definitely told them, so it's his team's fault, I feel, more than him.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, after that, the fact that he was so pissed off about it and all that, I didn't understand why he continues. Like, she talks about how, you know,
I feel like, no, I would get pissed off, man, because I would imagine right now he's just constantly getting stuff about Epstein.
Yeah.
Like, not that, by the way, I don't have any sympathies for Alan Dershowitz, but I can imagine as a strategy putting it in your interview requirements that don't ask me about this, you know?
I like one thing about his responses always, which is like, he knows the law very well, so he doesn't try to make moral judgment. He just, like, what he says just depends on whether he thinks if it's legally okay, he'll say it, and if it's not, then he won't say it. Like, that's his, like, that's the line. That's how he chooses what to say and what not to say. So he might say something really messed up, but it's not illegal, and he doesn't care.
Yeah,
there was some bullying done, and bullying is not illegal.
So I said, he's one of those weird, very sharp mind, but puts into service of evil.
Yeah.
So, you know, very interesting guy. Very interesting guy.
For sure. And just because we're on Kim's topic, you know, this morning I had to go on Twitter again, just because the UFC had happened, and I was gonna download the video, so I can't go on Instagram because that would ruin the score. So I was in the restroom. That would you know,
ruin the score.
Not the score. That would ruin, you know, I would find out who won the fight. That would ruin the fight. So since I was in the restroom, I had to look at something. So I went on Twitter. Anyway,
I see. And wait, just before that though, I just wanted to you download the video, you watch the sports from Twitter? You can do that?
No. I download the fights. No. I download them from
you were downloading
else.
it from somewhere else. Okay.
So while it was downloading, I didn't want to, you know, ruin it for myself. Spoil it. Spoil the fights. Because they happen at like 4 a.m., you know? And sometimes I decide to get up for them when they're big ones, but sometimes I just watch it the next day.
That's interesting, but because we've discussed doing our show in a different time. No, that's my nap time.
No, 4 a.m. 4 or 5 a.m.
You're willing to wake up early for UFCs. Yeah, that's
I did a few times a year. Well, then I passed back out.
I'm just glad to know your priority.
But anyway, long story short, you know, Kim was very vocal about her what's it called, abortion take. So for anyone who supports the 6-week abortion ban, I hope your teenager either gets pregnant or gets someone pregnant. I genuinely wish
before you
this.
Read, 6-week abortion ban means exactly what? Can you? I don't understand.
So you can have an abortion. So you know that's like laws that are going on in the States right now, banning abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy.
After 6 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. After 6 weeks of getting pregnant?
Yeah.
Like in a second month?
Yeah.
When you don't know?
Yeah.
Basically.
So she goes on to say, I genuinely wish this. I don't even try to claim I'm wishing bad things to happen to you. And
it is completely illogical to think that your teenage you're getting pregnant is a bad thing, while in the same breath making termination illegal. Can you not see this? What? I don't know.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
your teen, wait, no, go down. If your teen getting pregnant is so bad, and I'm such. Ah, okay, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, okay. But no, go up. Yeah, I agree. I mean, to be honest, the thing with pregnancy is like you kind of don't wish it because it always involves another fucking living. You know, I mean, if they have the baby, which many of them would. So it's yeah, but I would wish bad things, I guess. I would wish a piano to fall on head of everybody who thinks abortion should be banned after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Like a really heavy piano falls on their head. That's my wish. Why
Yeah.
why get why involve that? Yeah, but yeah, 100% I agree with the sentiment. I don't know,
Yeah.
do you? What
Yeah,
stood out to you?
No, it was just, yeah. She was just very vocal about it. That's the part that stood out, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I
am
definitely don't
surprised.
support
I
that.
thought she would be more sympathetic to this abortion stuff because I thought she's kind of conservative from her
She actually is
personal life.
funny
I
if
don't
you
know.
look at the other one, because she continues on tweeting and she says, anybody who thinks that I'm I'm conservative, so I shouldn't have this view, blah blah blah, is mistaken. I'm principled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
Something
okay,
like
okay,
that.
bye-bye. What? I just asked the question. I just assumed. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
But
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
all right.
See, that's
That's
why I
it.
don't go to Twitter. Every question I ask, it's like, you fucking idiot.
That's
Yeah,
it for
so,
today's show. The gang says bye to you here.
oh, did
Represented,
you,
starring Olemi, Anna,
I
Vosh, and David.
I watched like
No, I
5 minutes
didn't
of
watch it.
follow-up to our last week's stuff after we finished, but it was just too many. Like, I don't care, man. These are
Yeah.
too many losers. But it was just so funny though that they're just taking this whole thing so seriously, and then they go in the minutia of no, but the way they were talking about those minority groups or that minority, you're being a bad faith. No, you're being good.
Too funny.
The hilarious, like fighting over a dumpster fire is more interesting. Anyway,
but yeah,
so what are you up
alrighty.
to this week? Any personal stories you want to share before we go?
No, nothing too special I can think of. Yesterday I went to a football game again. It was my second
Really?
football game. I told you it's like so easy to go.
In
So
Switzerland.
yeah.
Yeah, because nobody the people who play though, can they actually play? Can they pass and stuff? Are they capable of it?
Yeah, I know, it's funny, man. Like, yeah. Like the more you look at the game, like the more you start questioning things because you start like counting the number of people are here. You're like, okay, so this generated this much money. That doesn't even cover it.
So there are 22 people in the field and there is 22 people outside the field. Doesn't make sense how it's work.
But yeah.
But
How
have you
about
felt the
you?
ramification? No, nothing. No,
With all
nothing
the
is
festivities being over in Iran. Oh, well, Ramadan is still not over, right?
Yeah, man. I've become basically poor person during the last 2 months because there's so many fucking Ramadan, Easter, and it's all holiday in Iran. New Year, so all my classes are canceled, and I can't even charge, like when usually they cancel it, I can still charge them money. Now I'm fucked, man. I'm financially fucked. But no, nothing. Yeah, it's been good. Weather is fantastic. Mountain climbing, not climbing, mountain walking.
Yeah, you sent me some interesting videos too.
That's nice. So yeah,
looks good. But
anyways,
yeah, okay, great stuff. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.